Hey, I just finished a 10K run, trail run. It's 96 degrees. And it made me think of one of the sales tips that I often work with, and one of the things that I often share with other sales professionals that's extremely powerful is practice. I know you've heard this before, and you probably heard that statistic that, if you've got 10,000 hours worth of practice, you can be an expert at anything. And that's probably true. I mean, you put that amount of time into anything, and you're going to know it inside and out. You're going to be good. You're going to be one of the few in the world that really knows and understands and has mastered that one particular thing. But here's the deal. I'm all about working smarter, right? Instead of working longer. And, if you want to put in 10,000 hours, that's great. Practice is so important. Practice in anything you do. If you want to be the best that you can be, you're going to practice. You're not going to take any shortcuts. But how you practice is just as important, maybe more important, as the issue of practicing itself. So, for example, 96 degrees, I just told you that. It's the middle of the day. I'm a 5 o'clocker. I'm up early in the morning. I could have done my 10K run in the cool weather. It goes, 20 degrees cooler easily, maybe 25 degrees cooler easily if I'd done it early this morning. But would I have had the same type of practice? Would I have gotten the same kind of a benefit? No. Sometimes you don't want to take the easier path in life. Sometimes you want to purposely make it hard. My practice had a different focus. My practice was heat. Instead of running on the trail or running on a pavement or a track, running on a trail. Hills, uneven ground, rocks, using a whole different set of muscles for that kind of a training. And heat. Now, let me share with you something that happened a couple years ago. A couple years ago, I did an Ironman Santa Rosa, and I trained, most of my training was in near 100 degree or over 100 degree heat. There were many days, many bike rides that I did, there was 105 degrees and I'd do 100 miles. And it was pretty miserable. But here's what happened. On race day, it was 86 degrees. Man, I was loving it. And guess what was happening to the other athletes? Many other athletes were suffering from heat exhaustion. People were throwing up. They couldn't handle the heat because they didn't train in it. They quit, or they finished way after I did. And you know what? A lot of those people are younger and faster. So you don't necessarily have to be faster in order to beat somebody. You just have to have different strategies. And so my strategy of training in heat, when it was really tough, and I didn't want to a lot of those days, paid off on race day. Paid off big time. You want to think about this in life and whatever you're trying to do. If you're in sales and you've got a presentation, practice. There's a rule of thumb that us speakers use, which is 1 hour of practice for each minute of the presentation. So if you got a 30-minute presentation, that means you practice for 30 hours. That doesn't mean you just repeat stuff over and over again. A lot of people would do that. I'm telling you to practice smarter. Use practice with a purpose. Practice with a purpose. So, what are the words that you're using? Are you using the right words to address all three audience types? Are you using the right body movements? Where are you placing either a sigh or a hesitation? Or where are you raising your voice or lowering your voice? Where are you moving around? Where are you engaging the audience? Being a good presenter and getting the right, earning the right to get the sale takes a lot of work. It takes practice. But if you practice with a purpose, you're going to be way ahead of the competition. So that's my lesson on practice today. If you want to be the best that you can be in whatever profession you're in, practice a lot and practice with a purpose. Now I'm going to go cool off.